is back to school time here in Tampa Bay, and once you get all the supplies, your room assignments, your schedules, it's time to settle in and really get the year started off right. We're talking today about a program in Hillsborough County that's a holistic approach to education. It teaches leadership, and our guests today are Dr. Kim Moore, the Director of Administration, and Sarah Garcia, the Principal at Lanier Elementary School. Thank you both. Welcome back. Good to have you.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us about the Leader in Me, and I'll start with you, Sarah. What exactly is it?
So we're in our 5th year with the Leader in Me program, and really it's a transformational process for schools to evolve. It focuses on 3 components: academics, culture, and leadership, and it allows us to develop the needs of the whole child. So we teach not only our academics, but we also teach social and emotional skills to students and leadership skills so that they're better prepared for the workforce and for life in the 21st century.
All right, and you're the principal of an elementary school,
Yes.
but Dr. Moore, as a director of administration here, you've also been a high school principal. These same concepts, are they, even if the actual program isn't at the high school level, are the same concepts applied there as well?
Most definitely. We want to make sure that we are preparing students as high school principals to leave campus prepared for life. We want to make sure that we've equipped them with the skills that they're going to need to be successful in the workforce. And so the skills that are taught in the Leader in Me program are continued in our high schools.
And we have heard a lot in the last several years about bullying and kids that feel maybe they're picked on more than others. How do you, it's a twofold thing, how do you, Sarah, address the child who feels like I'm the one being picked on, as well as the child who might be, the bully in the situation?
So the bottom line is that every student deserves to be able to come to a school and feel safe and to feel welcomed and to feel loved. And it's important that we set the conditions for that by building a strong school culture. Through our Leader in Me program, we're able to build a positive classroom culture in all of our classrooms. We have morning meeting time where we teach students concepts like cooperation, collaboration, respect, responsibility, compassion, empathy, so that when conflict does arise, they're able to work through that productively and in a positive manner so that we can restore and repair the relationships and move forward in our work.
And sometimes, Doctor, I think it's easy to say, well, that kid's in trouble. And of course there are consequences for behavior, for sure, but maybe you haven't thought about, that child home life. What's
Most
going
definitely.
on there? What happened this morning? Did they wake up without a home? That's the reality for some of our kids. Did they wake up with family situations that are less than ideal? And maybe in the past we haven't thought about that background that a kid is bringing into school with them. Have we become more cognizant of those things?
Yes, we have, and that's why programs like Leader in Me are so important. We want to create a culture and an environment where kids feel that they're welcome, that they're loved, that they're respected. And so while Leader in Me has been at our elementary schools, a lot of our other schools, especially our high schools, have embraced restorative practices where we do look at why did the child make the decision that they made. We don't know what's going on with that student, and unfortunately we do have a lot of students who come to us from situations that are not always ideal, and we want to make sure though that when that student is on our campus that we have a positive relationship with the student and we help the student make good choices. And Leader in Me is a great program that instills those principles, but we have several programs across our district that help students make good choices.
And Leader in Me has been in place at Lanier since 2015, is that right?
Correct.
And have you noticed a difference?
Absolutely. We have had a huge increase over these last 5 years in our academic scores, our attendance, a decrease in behavioral referrals and bullying incidences as well, and one of the highest school culture ratings in the district.
Are there situations where, and talk about the little kids first, they feel like they don't feel safe because maybe they've got their bully there who just constantly picks on them, and maybe that bully's got his own, and I don't like to put labels on kids, but maybe the perceived bully here has got his own issues going on, and but yet they got to get along in the same classroom.
Absolutely.
That's got to be kind of tough to work out that dynamic sometimes.
Well, behavior is something that has to be taught. And so we have to practice and we have to give direct instruction on how to get along, how to share. Maybe students don't come to school with these skills automatically. And so we teach that directly and we practice that, but also having strong relationships amongst the students within the school, celebrating each other's successes and having strong relationships with the teachers so that they have that foundation to get through conflict resolution.
How do kids at the higher grades then feel like they are physically safe, psychologically safe, socially safe? There's more to life than just being safe. We know that, but that's where you got to start. Feeling comfortable, and there are sometimes situations where maybe they don't feel that way. And how do you begin to address those things?
So we do basically the same thing that Sarah has talked about. It starts with good relationships, and we emphasize to all of our staff members, our faculty and staff, to build relationships with students, because we know what research shows us. When students have a positive relationship with at least one adult, chances of their graduation rate goes up about 60%. So we want to make sure first and foremost that we have positive relationships with our students. Then we want to equip our students with skills that they need to be successful. So conflict resolution is a skill that we all have to learn. And so sometimes we don't learn that at home. Then we pick up that responsibility in the school and we teach our students how to resolve conflict. Because you're absolutely right. Sometimes the student is having a problem with another student. That student is still on our campus, both of those students. They're going to see each other throughout the day, maybe in the lunchroom, maybe in the hallway. How do we handle that? How do we resolve this issue? And that's a skill they need for life.
Doctor, I have to ask you, because this is clearly a big story for Hillsborough County. All the parents who have students in the county are watching the search that is going to be happening for the new superintendent. Jeff Akins has decided that he will be out of the job, not for this school year, but the following school year. He wants to spend more time with family out of state. Your name has been mentioned as a possibility. I don't know how much you want to say about that. That's okay, but I will just ask you, what does the district need in a superintendent?
Well, the district needs someone who first and foremost cares about students. And I can speak personally, having worked for our superintendent, that he is a man of compassion and genuinely cares for students. So we first and foremost need someone who cares about students, who understands what do students need to be successful and to compete in a global economy, because we are preparing kids for jobs and for skills that don't exist currently. So how do we then structure our environment, structure our schools to meet those demands of the future while preparing our kids to be successful? So I'm confident that our school board is going to hire a great superintendent for us. That person will have big shoes to fill, though, because our current superintendent has just done a tremendous job, and we are going to really miss him as he leaves. But we wish him well, because we know what he's doing is the right thing for his family.
All right, well, we certainly do, and wish you both a wonderful school year and get off to a good start and enjoy the year. And thank you so much for coming in and talking to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.